VHL. What comes to mind when I say those letters? For me, it is the Hippel-Lindau. Von Hippel-Lindau is a condition that causes abnormal growth of blood vessels. In a normal person, blood vessels grow and they look like tree branches. In a person with von Hippel-Lindau, it causes knots in those vessels, which are known as angiomas. 1 in 32,000 people in the whole world have von Hippel-Lindau. Von Hippel-Lindau can affect different parts of your body, such as your eyes, brain, kidneys, pancreas, and adrenal glands. They can cause serious medical conditions, even blindness or death. In my family, it's affected quite a few members. Today, I want to give you a little insight of how von Hippel-Lindau has helped shape my life and those around me. I'm going to tell you a couple stories to give you an idea of how it's done that. The first story takes place in the year 1975. The individual that it involves is a 25-year-old woman who is recently divorced, already blind in one eye because of effects from von Hippel-Lindau, and has a 2-year-old child to take care of. She started having complications in her good eye, and the doctors took her in, told her that it was from the angiomas in her eye and bleeding because of her retina had detached. They took her in for surgery to try to correct that. When she awoke, it was unsuccessful. Therefore, now she's a 25-year-old woman, single mother, and now she's also blind. Her life is forever changed, and that woman was my mother. The second story I want to tell you about takes place in 19. The individual we're going to talk about is a 10-year-old little girl who had been having regular checkups related to von Hippel-Lindau because of her mother's issues with it related to her eyes. On this particular day, the doctor finds she has von Hippel-Lindau in her eyes as well, which will start the first of many laser surgeries. Her life is forever changed, and that little girl is me. The third story related to this that I'm going to give you takes place in the year 2000. It's a 27-year-old young woman who is a single mother of a 3-year-old child. She had not been keeping up with her checkups, and while on vacation one day, she starts to see black floating spots in one of her eyes. Alarmed, she goes home and sees her doctor immediately to find out that she has developed an angioma in one of her eyes. The doctor does what he can to try to burn the angioma off with laser surgery and reattach the retina, but he's unsuccessful. So, yet again, her life has been changed because now she is a 27-year-old single mother and also blind in one eye, and this is me. There are several other stories that I can give you related to give you examples showing how this VHL has helped to shape my life. Today I gave you a little bit of information about a disease you probably didn't know much about, but more importantly I gave you some insight into how this disease has affected and helped shape my self-concept. So to conclude, I'm going to give you another year to think about. It's 2025. This year is the year that researchers are expecting to hopefully have a cure for von Hippel-Lindau. And for the sake of my children and many others, this would be an extraordinary accomplishment and one that doesn't come any too soon.